NITE Stinger. Congratulations on the new album. Excellent album. Hopefully everybody supports it or at least listens to it. But before we get started, let's go back to the first album, the self-titled album in
Gotcha.
2021. It came out in, I guess, Brazil on Animal Records and then in Japan on Steelheart Records.
No, Steelheart didn't go through because exactly when it was about to be released,
Right.
the guy's mother passed away.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So it didn't go through. He was very happy with the whole thing, but he was like emotionally not ready. I don't even know if Landgraf would know like what happened if they still doing it because we lost touch with them. But he was like really he wasn't going through a really tough time right then, and so he decided not to do it, and we were totally cool with it. But Animal Records did a great job. They managed to distribute it everywhere, so it was excellent. The first album it brought us a pretty decent result.
Cool, cool, cool. How were the reviews on that?
Oh yeah. The reviews. We had the guy from Reaction doing like a reaction to our song
I
"Let
like
Me
his,
In."
I love that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, he's really cool.
Yeah.
And no, it was pretty good. We opened up to a bunch of like really nice artists here in Brazil. Like we opened up for Europe, was a big show. When he
Right.
opened up for Europe, we Johnny Gioeli, when he was here, we opened up for them. Hardcore Superstar, Ted Polly, a bunch of artists like Marco Mendoza. When he was here, we played with him as well.
Right.
So for the first album and for like all for what we could do, we were very happy with the first album, and we're a lot happier now because we got distribution in Europe. We
Right.
got Pride and Joy helping us out, and they're doing great. They're being really, really great to the
Right.
band. We've been getting a lot more reviews because of their channel and everything. So we're very, very happy.
Cool, cool, cool. Were you any surprised with that first album? How quick the band moved to notoriety?
Yes, because in Brazil, the hard rock scene, it's a little bit tougher
Right.
because it's a very small niche. But the cool thing about it, whoever's into it, is very dedicated.
Right.
So
Yeah.
they're absolutely very dedicated. And like whenever you have like a show, everyone goes.
Right.
So when we had the album out, uh, we thought like, well, if people like it, that's going to be awesome. We're going to have a whole bunch of people going to the concerts. And then when we did like start touring and stuff and opening up for big acts and we had like a lot more people asking more and more for our concerts. I was
Right.
like, hey, you got to play here, you got to play there. We want to hear your music, and then that's when we decided like to work on the mercs and like just do t-shirts, mugs, and everything, and we'd sell a lot of stuff. So it was exciting, and we were very surprised in a good way.
Mhm.
Just being embraced by like
Right.
the audience that is totally into hard rock.
Right. Yeah.
So it was amazing. And the second album makes us even happier because like it opened a lot of doors.
Mhm. Cool, cool. Tell me a little bit about Summer Breeze Festival 2024.
That was awesome as well. It was the first time that they had like Brazilian bands doing like original stuff there, and we talked to them the year before, and they said like, no, we're not gonna have like Brazilian bands, or not like any local bands doing stuff. We're just gonna
Right.
have like the international artists, and then talking to them and saying like, it is really important like to have our music in there. I
Right.
mean, we are the scene here, so we talked to them. So like, we think that this could be awesome for Brazilian rock for like
Right.
our scene, and about like a few months before Summer Breeze, I get a call from one of the guys, one of the big shots, and he said like, you
Right.
know what, you're right, and you will be there. And it's
Cool.
just you guys and some other guys, because you guys are right. You know, this is good. It's good for the scene. People, they want to see like the local bands playing.
Right.
And it was amazing. The whole thing was amazing. Like so many great artists together, like, and the opportunity to show people like our music and other bands that show their music, and the way people accepted the local bands was amazing.
Right. Yeah. Cool. Cool. Tell me a little bit about Pride and Joy Music. How'd you get signed to them guys?
Bento, he had the contact of Bridget,
Right.
and he emailed her. And Carlos from Animal Records is also he's like they talk a lot.
Right.
And he also put in a word for us, saying like, listen, this is a good band, give them a listen. And she said like, okay, so we send the two first singles. She goes like, well, you guys have two singles, but do you
Right.
have an album? I want to hear, like if you guys got more
Yeah.
material. And he's
Uh-huh.
like, yeah, we got more. It's coming up. And but we were happy that she liked the two
Yeah.
first
Yeah.
singles. It's like, okay, so it's
Yeah.
like, we got a lot more. We got, like 11 songs, and we're gonna show you when everything's recorded. So like, yeah, just send me whenever you have like the whole thing ready, just send it
Right.
to me. And it's like, cool. So Bento sent it to her, and she's like, yes, you guys have an album
Right. Yeah.
and you're
Cool.
signed. So
Wow.
it was pretty cool. Like, and the cool thing though, they're very, I would say like they're very serious about
Right.
like music, the way that they have to enjoy it. It's not
Uh-huh.
just market, but one of the things that I appreciate about it is that she hears the song. It's
Right.
not like
Yeah.
just like someone putting a word for you, but they want to
Right.
hear the album, and they actually do listen to the music, and they want to feel that there's the energy there. And she's like, you
Right.
guys got it. We got the energy. So we were very happy that, she accepted it, and she's like, let's move forward with this. And we were very happy with that.
Cool. Cool. Is it a little disappointing that you got to wait so long for people actually get to hear it, because it don't come out till January 23rd, 2026? I'd say, I want this out now. Why do I have to wait?
But actually, you know what, Brian? I think in a way, it's kind of cool that we got teasers, you got
Uh-huh.
like people really anxious, and
Yeah.
I think this, in a way, that's why they do it. I think it's a strategy, like saying like, hey,
Right.
well, this is the first video, this is what they're gonna sound like. Then
Right.
we will have like a second single released, I think in December, I think maybe
Uh-huh.
the December 12th, we're gonna
Right.
have like the second single out. And then so you have like in November we had one single, December gonna have the next single, and then in January we have the album release. But I
Right.
think in a way people get like so excited to hear the songs, and we had it like played on a few radio stations here in Brazil, and it was awesome. Like the reaction of the people. But I think that in a way, the expectation and the thing, like the anxiety in a good way of like,
Right.
like I really want to hear this. I think it's part of a strategy, and I kind of agree with that.
Cool. Cool. Cool.
But of course, we get anxious because we want the album out there. We want like
Yeah. Yeah.
everyone to
Yeah.
hear the whole thing.
Yep.
But
Yep.
it's a good anxiety.
Right. Yeah. What's your feeling about bands only putting out singles? Like they'll only put out one single every 3 months and not put an album out. What's your feeling about that?
I think it's not only with music. I think the whole thing. Like for example, I'm into furniture as well,
Right.
and like if you think about like 20 years ago, like a brand of furniture would come up with like a whole collection.
Right.
Nowadays, everyone is doing this. I think I kind of like, I call it the almost like the ice cream
Mhm.
theory, that
Right.
like back 20 years ago you had chocolate, strawberry,
Right.
and you have like just a few. Nowadays you got to have like a whole bunch of
Yeah.
different flavors. So
Yep.
the same thing happened with music. Like I guess like in a way it's easier to make music nowadays than it was like 30, 40 years ago, because
Right.
you had to go to a studio. The budget would be like amazingly expensive and stuff like that. So you didn't have that many artists. Now that you have so many artists coming out, which is good in a way, because you get the chance to hear new music all the time. But the thing of like giving, like a
Right.
single every once in a while makes it like people like, okay, want to get like an album, but
Right.
if I get singles, you know, you're always fresh. You always got
Right.
something going on. Does
Right.
that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. So, what kind of format is the release coming? Will it be on vinyl, cassette? What?
I think that for now we start with CD
Okay.
only,
Uh-huh.
and as it goes, we're gonna plan. Like we're gonna talk to the version. We're gonna talk to Carlos from Animal Records, see if they're, you know, like if we because I know some enthusiasts are totally crazy about the vinyl, so they might want it. Yeah, so we're thinking about it.
Cool. Tell me about all the other members of the band and a little bit about
Well, actually, I met the guys because I was always good friends with Bento
them.
and Bruno, and
Right.
they had a band with Stevie Rachelle. They had
Uh-huh.
a band called Tales from the Porn, and I was already good friends with them. And I remember when Tales from the Porn, when they decided to not play anymore because, you know, like one of the guitar players decided to leave the band. They said like, okay, let's come up with a new band.
Right.
And I bumped into Bento, and I was talking to Bento, and he said like, you know, we're gonna get a new band, and I know you write lyrics, and, you know, I know you write songs, and like, would you like to help us with that? I was like, yeah, sure thing. And I
Right.
was like, good friends. But after that, we became like really close because I was like sending him like lyrics, and I was like, well, this is the lyrics, and I think it should sound like the melody should sound a little bit like this.
Right.
And he's like, and he goes like, dude, just, do you want to, you know, like play with us? It's like, do you
Uh-huh.
want to rehearse with us? I was like,
Uh-huh.
yeah, sure thing. So I went to practice with the guys. It was, you know, like the four guys, the both guitar players, the drummer, and Bento. And I go there and I was like, well, guys, this is what I thought about you know, the music. And I started singing. And as soon as the rehearsal was over, I said, like, guys, was that okay? It's like, yeah. Just I'm like, do you guys want to think about it for a little while and talk to me? And I'm like, no, that's it. You're the singer. You're
Oh,
now the
cool.
singer. And then the friendship developed a whole lot more because we were doing so many things together. So I
Right.
got to be a whole lot closer. Like we're like a family. Like we do a lot of stuff together, and we were friends before, but that tightened the friendship even more. So Bento, he is the son of a bassist of the biggest band in Brazil,
Uh-huh.
is Titãs, which is an amazing band. And so he had all the influence from his father. So the music was there ever since he was
Right.
like a baby. So he's totally into music. He's been like crazy about music all the time. And funny thing, he's a lot younger, and he got so much into the hard rock thing. And I always ask like, how did you get into that? And I was like,
Right.
so I listened to, you know, like my first band, and that's it. That's all he listens to. So it's like all his soul is like so hard rock,
Right.
and
Yeah.
he's the one that produces. So he's like, there are rules when you record hard rock. There are rules you got to follow.
Uh-huh.
And I try to do something different. Like, no. This is not on the rules. You can't do that. I was like, listen, give it a no. You're not trying it. Like we
Uh-huh.
do it like the hard rock way. So
Right.
he's really an enthusiast. And Bruno is a great guy. They're like friends, like also like really close friends. And they also played together. They had bands
Right.
that they played. They toured together, playing covers as well. So,
Mhm.
and then we had in the first album, one of my first best friend when I moved to São Paulo was Ivan Buzik, which he is the drummer for Dr. Sin, which is a huge band, a hard rock band in Brazil.
Uh-huh.
They played in Rock in Rio. They're like an icon in Brazil.
Wow.
So when the first drummer left the band,
Right.
I called Ivan. It's like, would you record with us? Like, yeah, sure thing. I'll record with you guys. As he
Mhm.
was recording, he said like, you know what? It's like, I want to join the band. I want to be in the band. Like, it
Uh-huh.
sounds sweet. And I've
Right.
always wanted to do this kind of hard rock, which is different from what they do with Dr.
Right.
Sin. So he joined the band. And then we had like a few guitar players. Roger Bennett, who still produces with us, who still plays with us. He recorded the first album, but then he decided he wanted, you know, like not to be like doing concerts and stuff. So he left. So we had a few members that came and went. So the new lineup with Ivan on guitars,
Right.
and Leandro on drums, it
Mhm.
was magical for us because they're younger. They have this really, really great energy. And when we were in the studio recording, it just sounded amazing. You know, like the way they were saying, and I was like, these guys just brought so much energy into the music, and they're also very good friends with us. Like we played together in different bands, and like so it became like a huge family. Like we're like a really, really tight. We love hanging out together.
Right, yeah, cool, cool. Now let's get into the album, What the Night Is All About. Your second album on Pride and Joy, out in 2026. Let's tell me a little bit about the first track, the opening song, You Know Why.
You know why? It's gonna be the second. That's the second single.
Okay.
And a cool thing about You Know Why, it's almost like the sequel to Give Me Some Good Lovin' from the first album. So it's almost the same story. Give Me Some Good Lovin'. It's about a girl who thinks like she's like the hottest one, and no one can get to her. But this guy knows that she's cool, and you know, like there's a way in, and he shows her, you know, like that, you know, she can be reached.
Right.
So You Know Why, it's a sequel because now she knows why she's in love with the guy. So it's like it's almost like a sequel to the first song, and it's really cool. It's almost like a love song, but it's got like a little twist to it. So it's pretty cool. Like Give Me Some Good Loving was, you know, it's like a love song, but through a different perspective. So it's pretty cool. It's faster than Only You. It's a little bit more you know, upbeat, and a lot of guitars, and I think it's going to be like a great second single.
Let's go to track number 2, Your Own Way to Be.
Your Own Way to Be, it's the lyrics that I wrote in this album, they came very naturally. It was like, and the way I write is like, I hear the song and the song hits me to a point where like, I know what I want to talk about when I hear the song. You know, like when I hear the instrumentals, like that's it. And Your Own Way to Be talks about that a person will be able to get there if they have their own way to be. You don't have to be like anyone else. The more original you are, the more you understand what your energy is, the more people are gonna, you say like, you're ready to shine because this is you. You don't sound like anyone else. You don't try to be anyone else. You got your own way to think, and that's what's going to make you happy and might make you successful. But the biggest thing, the biggest message is not about success, but it's about being happy with yourself. Like shining, it's not shining as a star, but shining to yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror and say like, okay, I'm a hell of a person. So that's what the song is about.
Well, let's go to track number 3, The Night Is Never Over.
Oh, well, it's about Nite Stinger. That's why the name of the band is Nite Stinger, because we're night people. Like we love to go out. As a matter of fact, we're getting together in a few hours. We're going to a bar. Glenn Hughes is playing in Brazil right now. They're playing Electric Gypsy, who's a band from Brazil as well. We're like very close to them. They're in São Paulo. So we're going to all get together. There's a chance Glenn Hughes is going to go to Manifesto Bar as well. So we're going to have like a bunch of people so we are night people. We're totally into going out. We're not on stage, we're out partying. Like that's what we do. So the first album, it was about the nightlife and about just hanging with friends and having a good time, going to concerts, and this song is also The Night Is Never Over. It's like what we try to do. Like if we go to a bar and then if we say like, okay, let's find another place to go. We don't like to go home early. So The Night Is Never Over is about like going out, having fun, and not looking at the watch like, oh, it's time to go. So we'll just keep on partying. If it's cool, we'll keep on partying.
Cool. Let's go to the next track, Love Freedom.
Love and freedom is about it's one thing that I believe. I have a girlfriend, and we have a really mutual respect. And when I wrote the song Love and Freedom, it's about people being able to love and not cage anyone. You don't want anyone like, you can't do this, you can't do that. Once you love somebody, you should just trust that person. Say like, listen, for example, I'm out on the road, I'm playing, and she trusts me, and she knows that I'm a good guy, and
Uh,
I'm gonna be out there. So there's freedom, there's love, and there's freedom. It's like you can. It's okay for you to go out, hug people, talk to people. You don't have to like, no, I can't do this. So give space to the person you love. Let the person, because I believe that when people say like we're as one, I don't believe in that. Like
right.
it's actually the opposite. When two people connect, two become like hundreds because you got families, you got friends, you got so it's a multiplier. So it's about, like just being able to do your thing and not feeling that you shouldn't do something or shouldn't do this, shouldn't do that. So love and freedom, it's about that.
Cool, cool. Only You, which is a video, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Only You, it's I think is one of our like love songs,
Uh-huh.
but not put into a ballad. It's like it was like, how do we make a love song not sound like a ballad and be about like realizing that only that person can give you a few things that like will get you so intensely connected to the person.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just like about love, but it's about like being in the person's mind, like like
Right.
the way they connect, they bring each other like great things, great thoughts, great discussions, and you can like you can relate to the person in a deeper way.
Right. Yeah. Cool, cool. Next song is Fantasy.
Fantasy, it's like it's a funny song. It's about
Uh-huh.
like being able to do sexual fantasies with the person that you love, like doing things that are unexpected, doing like having a good time, out, like not only in bed, but when you're out,
Right.
like just enjoying. And whenever it's like an intimate moment, just let the fantasy happen. So
Cool,
that's what the song is about.
cool, cool. The next track is the title track, What the Night Is All About. Um, did Steve Rachelle co-sing on this song?
Yeah, he sings with us. When I sang that song in my head, I was like, this song, it sounds so much like Stevie Rachelle. And we were thinking about like, so I call him and I said like, Stevie, would you do a song with us? It's like, hell yeah. Then I sent him the song and I asked him to be absolutely honest if he would feel comfortable singing the song, because so I know sometimes when you respect an artist and you like what they do, you just sometimes like, listen, can you do this? And they're like, okay, I'll do it. But I gave him the freedom to say like, listen, I don't like this song. Do you guys have another song that you want to
Right.
but he was happy with it. I was like, "Are you okay with the lyrics?" I was like, "Yeah, sure. It's fun. It's cool." So I was so happy that he accepted it, and it sounds great. It sounds absolutely amazing. The two voices, they just matched so well. I love this song. I can't wait for you to hear it, and I want your opinion on it.
Cool, cool, cool. Stevie is the CEO of Metal Sludge and also the frontman of Tuff. Is a good friend of mine actually. So I know plenty
Yeah,
about him.
he
Yeah,
mentioned it's like, yeah, you're gonna talk to Brian. He's the coolest guy. I was like, oh, that's cool.
yeah, yeah. So like he also supports your band very much. He said like he sold some of your first CDs and they sold out right away. He's
Yep.
definitely a big supporter of your band, so
Absolutely. And we talked yesterday when we talked about you, because like it was a surprise when I said like I'm gonna talk to Brian. He goes like, Brian is a great guy. I'm happy you guys gonna talk to him.
cool.
And yeah, he the first thing he said, like, as soon as you guys got the albums, just send it to US. Let me sell in US. I want to help you guys. So he is a big supporter, and I consider him like a great friend. I had when he was in Brazil, like one of the days. I got to sit down with him for the whole day. We talked about how we got into music and how the scene was back then, and we connected right away. It was like
Right,
we lived the same situation, how we began with music. It was so we had like common stories, like, and it felt great to hang out with him. And from that day on, I got to say like, this is a good friend of mine, and I love Stevie for who he is.
cool, cool. Would you, when you do a third album, would you like to have him part of that too?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean,
Uh,
if I could have him in every album, I would. Like and I want you to hear, Brian. Like it really, the voices matched so well. I was so surprised. I was like,
right,
wow, this is so cool.
cool, cool, cool. I mean, from the '80s band, Stevie is a legend. You know, like
Oh yeah,
you know, he's well known around the whole world and stuff like that. And you got to work with him, and he's a friend of yours now. So
exactly.
congratulations,
Thank you,
congratulations
thank
on
you.
that. Okay, let's go to the next track, High Above.
Well, this is a really cool story, High Above. Actually, when I wrote the song, I was reading it to my girlfriend. I started crying my eyes out.
Mhm.
Actually, when Jenny Lane came to tour in Brazil, he did an acoustic.
Uh-huh.
And my band, it was a different band, was called Madame. And we opened up for them and
Mhm.
we played like, you know, like a big concert, like rock and roll. They
Right.
came up with the acoustic. And then Jenny Lane, by the end of the show, the acoustic's like, I want to jam with these guys. I want to get the whole band up here. So let's like, so we play like a bunch of songs.
Mhm.
And back then I wasn't the lead singer. I was a guitar player for that band.
Okay.
So we played, and after the show, I said to Jenny, I was like, Jenny, we're going to a party, and there's a bunch of people going. Do you want to join us? Like, yeah, sure thing. So we went to that party,
Right.
and me, him, and a friend of mine who's an amazing musician, we sang throughout the whole night until 7 o'clock in the morning,
Wow.
drinking a bottle of Jack Daniels, and
Mhm.
I am a huge fan of Warren. I
Right.
mean, it is my favorite band till this day. I love them dearly. I love the music. It was a great inspiration. So imagine me hanging out with
Mhm.
my biggest inspiration,
Right.
singing with him through the whole night, and the stories that we talked, and
Uh-huh.
some of the stuff that he told me was like really about his life and what happened and the way he dealt with like a whole bunch of stuff. So this song is about that night.
Right.
So when I wrote the song and I was reading the lyrics, I was like crying. I was like, oh, and I didn't realize it was about that.
Right.
Only
Yeah.
when I read it, I was like, oh my God, this is
Uh-huh.
about that night.
Right.
So
Yeah.
as I said, like when I write, it just comes out naturally, just like sentence after sentence, and just so one connects to the other. And when I read it, I was
Mhm.
so emotional because it was about that night, which was
Right.
one of like the most beautiful nights of my life.
Wow. Cool, cool, cool. Tell me a little bit about Highway Bound.
Hybrid is about one of the things that I love to do the most. I'm into Harley Davidson. I'm into V8
Mhm.
cars, muscle cars, and I
Mhm.
got a couple of muscle cars. I got two motorcycles. And Highway Bound is about like whenever you feel that you need it, just hop on your machine and just go and ride because that
Mhm.
makes it life a
Well,
whole lot better. So
right.
it's all about like Highway Bound, like just hop on your motorcycle or on your car. You need a break, just hit the highway, and it's gonna be all perfect. And it is. It is just perfect. Whenever it's like, I need a little break, I
Uh-huh.
jump in one of my cars or one of my motorcycles and I just go riding them. I get back home like my mind is absolutely like clean, like I'm all
Yeah.
good.
Good, 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 good. Tell me about the next track. All the love that you need.
All the love is it's the only love song of the album.
Right.
And it was a song I was at home. I got home from like all of us like we were partying that night,
Right.
and I got home. I was like, I don't want to go to bed yet, so I have
Uh-huh.
a piano at home, and I sat down by the piano and I recorded a song only with the la la la. It didn't have any
Right.
lyrics, and I sent to the guys and said, guys, it just came up with this idea of a song in the piano. It's just like they said, like we love the song, so it's like okay, cool. So let's do the piano version and
Mhm.
maybe an orchestra. And it's like okay, none of that happened.
Wow.
So we went to the studio, and to my surprise, they were already because I got there a little bit later. They were working on the song, and it became like a guitar, like it's a power ballad, but it's
Right.
like very guitarish. It's got no piano. It's got a little bit of like keyboards, but like it's not like the piano song that I wrote. And when I got to the studio, it's like, what?
Hmm.
Whatever
Cool.
happened to the song? What
Wow.
happened to the piano song? And I loved it, the
Wow.
energy, and it was like, guys, this is so much better than what I thought.
Right. Yeah.
And we decided like because we were like, are we gonna do? Because we were almost like to the point like, let's not do a ballad or a power ballad. Let's just like get this record like all the way like like a lot faster, a lot
Right.
more rocking. And when I heard the song, I was like, no, we're keeping this. And Bento said like, yeah, this sounds sweet. So we decided
Good.
to keep that ballad in the album.
Cool, cool. And the last track, Reach the Sky.
Reach the Sky, I love the song.
Uh-huh.
It's similar to Your Own Way to Be, and it's also about, like not giving up on your dreams or whatever it is.
Right,
And it's just like you can reach the sky, like anyone can.
right,
If you find the motivation and if you know what drives you to do certain things, you will get there.
right.
And I believe, like, even like when I talk to some of my friends, younger friends,
Mhm.
and when they say like, well, is it hard to get like a label or to record an album? It's like, it is hard,
Yeah,
but you don't have to. I mean, if you play to a small audience and they love your music, you already reached the sky. It's
right.
there. If you
Mhm.
if you got like 20 people singing your song at a
Mhm.
venue and they're singing your song and they're enjoying your song, that's success already. You got
Right,
people
yeah,
that love your music. It doesn't matter like the number of people, like the amount of people that like your music. But if you reach someone's heart and people
right,
like what you do, that's already reaching the sky, in my opinion. Like it don't have to be, like a huge pop artist. If people
right,
like your music or people like what you say or your book or whatever you do, and that's what you wanted to do with your life, it doesn't matter. You reached it. Like it's just
right.
like find the strength, find what you need, and just move on.
Cool, cool. Tell me, does the band have merchandise and how can they get it?
You will get it because
Uh,
that's gonna be a gift from us because you've been like super cool. You told me about the pics, so let me show you. This is like
cool.
a cute. That's a cute keychain,
Yeah,
which is like a pick case with the Night Stinger
cool.
logo, and
Excellent.
then I got this for you because I know you like it. So it's
Wow.
got the Night Stinger
Thank you.
pick. It's got my autograph in the back.
Oh man, excellent. That's
So
excellent.
you're gonna get this, and we're gonna get you a T-shirt,
Cool.
and whatever we can get,
Uh,
sent over. We're gonna send it to you because I don't know how to thank you and everyone that's helping us. It
mhm.
means a whole lot to us, like having people that appreciate what we're trying to do and giving us the opportunity to just show it to people. Stuff that you're doing is just amazing. We have no words to express the gratitude for that.
Well, I listened to the album, so I get about 200 emails a day of bands trying to get some press, and I listen to each email, like the songs, not the whole album, but part of it, and I see what I like, and then I pick who I like. I like to interview, and that's how Bridget came over to me, and she's great to me. So like she emails me every day, new bands, and I listen to them all. And when I like, I get back to her and I say, "Can you set up an interview with Jack or whoever?" You know. So she's great. You know. So where can people pick up the merchandise?
So we're coming up with the new stuff. I think like in January when the new album is out, that's when
Right.
you're gonna get like we got like some really cool T-shirts. The designs are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
We got like caps, like the hats. We got the pics. We got stickers. We got a whole bunch of stuff coming up, and we got some cool ideas. So gonna have like the shot glasses,
Mm-hmm.
mugs, and stuff like that. But I would say that it's all gonna be ready in the beginning of January.
Okay.
So we're
Good.
still
Perfect.
working on the art and everything we've seen so far. We loved it. Like the new T-shirts, I was crazy about it. It's like that is so amazing.
Cool. 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 So
You get one.
when this thank you. When this album comes out, what are your hopes?
Uh my hopes, and I think like the whole band, what we want is just like to get our music out there to be loved, for
Right.
people to appreciate. And as I said, like it's not about how many people are into it, but it's about like truly getting the message of what Night Singer is all about. It's
Mhm.
about, like living life in a very light, fun way. And that's why the album is called What the Night Is All About. And it's actually almost like what the life is all about, really.
Right.
It's about, so we just want people to get the message that life is there to be lived, to be loved, to have a great time. And it's all in our head. If you plan to be happy, you will be happy. If you look at life in a certain direction, it's going to happen. So that's what we want. Just want to make people happy with our music. So it's our goal. Like, just people listen to our music, they're happy, we're happy.
Good, good, good. Well, Jack, it was great talking to you. Nite Stinger, new album coming out. What the Night is All About, Pride and Joy, in January 2026. Make sure you support it. Check out their videos. Contact the band. Talk to them, and listen to the music. Jack, thank you very much. And would you like to say anything to the fans out there?
Oh yes, I would say, if I can say something, it's like, guys, enjoy the music. Go to all the other platforms, buy the album, support music. Not only Nite Stinger, but any artist you like, support them, because that's what keeps us going. And music is magical. It's a soundtrack of our lives. So whoever you like, just go on and support. If you support us, we're gonna be so happy. And thank you, Brian, for this, like, opportunity to be talking to you. And thank you so much for helping out bands. What you do is beautiful as well. So we thank for people like you, just to help out bands to get the word out there.
Cool, cool. Thanks a lot, Jack. I'll talk to you later.
Talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.